Let's go, people. Back by popular demand. It's your boys, we back. Shook them colds off. You know what I mean? We good now. Feeling better. You know? So let's go. Let's bring some more winners this week, man. First, we're going to do something a little different. You know, we talk about all sports, man. We watch them all. Basketball, football, baseball. Bet on them all, you know. So let's talk a little, you know, what you think about this college football playoffs, man. This new this year. It's competing with the NFL, right?
I like the format, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you, man. It's cool seeing schools that you wouldn't normally see in these positions, having teams having home games in the playoffs now. Like, it's creating a different atmosphere, different energy. I like it, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. It hasn't disappointed yet. How you feel about it?
No, there's been some good games too. I mean, they got to figure out something with the seeding, because like the seedings is out of whack. Like some teams that play, but overall,
and it depends who the committee is. The committee changes all the time. That was the same problem they had in the 14 playoff. Is that the committee changes every few years. The criteria changes along with it. They need to figure something out where it's just, you know, just stick to the point. You know what I mean? Just keep it up, because if not, it just gets. There's always a team where they should have got in. Like, nobody wanted to see SMU get scraped up. You know what I mean? Like, it's like all these teams. You already know how it goes, man. And it becomes political at that stage. You know what I'm saying? But with these NILs and the way that they're doing these things, teams have GMs now. It's making it so that these teams, like the Notre Dames, the independent schools, are able to come in and actually make a name and make a run through the playoffs. So this NIL is really changing the dynamics, man. I'm liking to see where it's going.
Yeah, you better off staying in college sometimes. You get more money staying in college. But it's funny too, because teams always feel like they robbed. Like now, you know, they be like, oh, this team should have made it, this team should have made it. Man, you go back like not even that long, you know, like 20 years ago, if you had one loss, you couldn't even have a chance like to win it all. You know what I mean? You had to go undefeated to win the national championship back then, man. So yeah, but with that being said, the first game, Thursday night, we got Notre Dame laying 1.5, over under 45.5. What you think about this one, Notre Dame, Penn State, my man?
Now, I'm liking Notre Dame. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was impressed with the way that they were able to play against Georgia. They were playing against that kid. It was his first college start ever. I get that, but it's still Georgia. You know what I'm saying? You still got Kirby Smart playing. You know, he's calling the plays. I think Notre Dame has been impressive. I'm gonna rock with them. We'll see what happens. And you know, I'm not really a Penn State guy myself. We rocking Ohio over here. You heard me? So, how you feel about it?
Man, you know, I like Penn State. I don't know why, man. James Franklin, the only people that beat him is Michigan and Ohio State, right?
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Again, the only thing that sways me is like, you know, it's all like kind of scripted, and you know, the NCAA love to see Notre Dame in it, like just for the ratings, for everything. But in this game, man, if I'm a bet, man, I'll take Penn State. I think Penn State is the better team. I think they should beat Notre Dame.
I think it's going to be a good matchup no matter what. That's why that line is so close, man. It's going to be a good game. A lot of defense I'm looking at. I think it's going to be a lot of defense in that game.
Yeah, that's all I got on that one.
Yeah. So then next up, we got them boys on Friday night. We got Ohio State versus Texas. Ohio State's favored -5.5. How you feel about this one?
Man, it's funny, right? Because I like Ohio State in this game. Like, I don't know. Texas hasn't really shown that they're on the level of these teams. And then we was just watching one of these cappers that be on Instagram, man, and he's like the worst, bro. Like he be losing thousands, man, and he's going Texas big. So we like, man, now we want to go even bigger on Ohio State, probably, to be honest with you, man. Like, I don't know. I think both teams are supposed to have a good defense, but I feel like in this type of game they got to pull out the stops. They're gonna have to pull out some trick plays. I think this should be higher scoring than the 53.5. I think this game should go over.
Yeah, you know, I'm rocking with that OH. You know that, boy. Them boys is coming to cut. And I'm not impressed with Texas, man. Seeing the way they let Arizona State come back in that game when they had their foot on their neck for that first half, I like the way my boys are going to come out here, man. As long as Ryan Day stick to the script, you better not come out talk about some, oh, man, we're going to go run heavy now, man. You have a wide receiver room over there that's NFL caliber, bro. You got a guy over there, my boy Abuka, however you pronounce my boy's name. He's going to be a top 5 pick probably this year, man. That boy's nasty. You got my boy Jeremiah Smith out here getting buckets. He's unguardable right now. True freshman. Holla at your boy. So I'm loving my guys this week. I'm loving them to cover, and I agree with you. I think it's going to go over because Ohio State probably going to put up 50 of them things themselves. You heard? OH, we outside, boy.
Yeah, they Did it against Oregon.
Man, shut them down, and we owed them that ass whooping too, because the way that first matchup played out, you already know, man, it was terrible. We came back, whooped that ass. Let's go, OH.
And just on the gambler side of it, if you're thinking that, if you like Notre Dame or you like Penn State in that game, man, you should just take, you know what I mean, them to win the national title, because then if you get into the play, you're gonna get somebody like Penn State. Say you put $100 on Penn State if you think they're gonna win that game. Penn State's plus like 700 or something there. So now you put $100 to win 700. Now you're gonna get $800 if they win that next game. Or you could even hedge your bet and you could bet the opposite team that game. And then either way, you're gonna be covered. But if you really like Notre Dame or you really like Penn State, you should take one for them to win the whole thing, man, because you ain't gonna get better odds than right now. You know what I mean? And then with that being said, though, we'll switch over to what everybody really want to see this weekend.
NFL playoffs is here, baby. You know what I mean? Everything we've been waiting for, man. 18 weeks of straight torture for your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank God that's over right now, man. But the playoffs is here, man. Let's go, man. We ready, man. We rocking, man. Let's get into it, Comissh. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Game number 1 on Saturday. We got the Chargers laying 2.5 against the Houston Texans. Texans at home, over under 42.5. Man, what you think about this one?
This one's tough, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. You got the Texans at home. They got a good defense. You know, I rock with CJ Stroud. I was just talking about Ohio State, man. That's my guy. But just everything in my soul is telling me to go with the Bolts, man. The Chargers, Herbert's been looking good. McConkey's a beast. That kid's catching everything out there. He's racking up the yards. If J.K. Dobbins can be healthy for an entire game, I think the Texans have just become too one-dimensional with it. And it's nobody's fault but the injury bug, isn't it? It is what it is, man. The receivers are going down left and right. All they got is Nico. You're going to double him up. Dalton Schultz is a hit or a miss. You never know what kind of game you're going to get out of him. Joe Mixon was non-existent throughout the fantasy playoffs. If you had him on your fantasy team, you already know that. So that offensive line over there is terrible, too. And you know when Bosa boys get into the quarterback, it could be a long game, man. So I'm going to rock with the Chargers in this one. I don't feel great about it, but I'm leaning Bolts, man. How you feel?
Man, this one is tough. But I don't know, man. I'll take the dog at home, I guess, with the Texans on this one.
Can't be mad at that.
And you know, hopefully Stingley can control some of them on the defensive side.
He's a beast.
What's his name? The coach, D'Amico Ryans. He's a defensive-minded guy, right? Like so. If he could scheme up something to stop the run game and then make Herbert beat him, because that's what they really want to beat you on the ground and not that Herbert
ground
gets
and
some
pound.
play action.
Yeah, they like the ground and pound, old school football, man. You know how them hardball boys go.
And it's just everybody's on Los Angeles, like, and maybe for good reason. I get why in the hardball and all that, but I don't know. Herbert ain't done nothing. Everybody be on Lamar. Oh, Lamar ain't do nothing in the playoffs. Lamar done nothing in the playoffs. Oh, Herbert, top 5 quarterback. Herbert he hasn't done nothing. Like, what has Herbert done? Every year there's a new excuse for him. Is this coach? Is this that? Herbert ain't done nothing, man. So, I don't know, man. Just to switch it up, man, let's go Texans.
All right, bet, man. So we're going to move along, man. So next up, we got a divisional matchup in the playoffs, man. You can't really ask for much more than that. We got Pittsburgh headed to Baltimore. Baltimore's favored -9.5. The over-under's 43.5. How you feel about this one?
Man, believe it or not, like, I don't know. I like Baltimore to win no matter what. Like, I don't see Pittsburgh beating them. But the 9.5 is just a lot, man. I think I'll take the 9.5 with the Steelers. Even though, like we was talking earlier, the Steelers' strength is the pass rush. With Lamar, that don't really help. That's kind of playing to his strength, because then he's just going to take off on you and run, 40 yards down the field. So you're not really helping him. He's not just sitting there like a statue where Watt's going to be knocking the ball down or anything. So, like I said, I definitely see Baltimore winning the game, but 9.5, they know each other so well. I'll take the points, so.
Yeah, I'm going to rock with the Baltimore Ravens in this one, man. I think this game's actually going to play out a lot like their last matchup when I thought the Steelers were going to be able to hold their own. Yeah. And right now, the Steelers are coming off of, a 4-game losing streak heading into the playoffs. This is not the time you want to be playing football like that. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Ravens are hot. And that's exactly what you want to be when you're going into the playoffs. So I think at home in Baltimore, I think Lamar is still trying to show out, because anybody that's voting for Josh Allen, he gonna make you think twice about how you sent that vote in, man. So I'm gonna rock with the flock in this one, man. I feel pretty good about it. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, and this is the weekend too when all the favorites usually be hitting.
And like we've said before too, you watchers, man, primetime Lamar, That's an 8 o'clock Saturday game.
That's true.
That boy gonna be cooking.
He is prime time. Put Lamar on the prime time games. It's true. At home too.
That's
true.
true.
But then you can see a point where the game is like, all right, like 28-20 or something. You know what I mean?
That's 100%.
And then they're just like, it's the playoffs, so let's just run off this clock. We got this. Who cares? It's not. We don't need to chuck it no more. You know what I mean? We got Derrick Henry. Here we go. You know, so that's the only reason why. That's why I like that point. It's just I don't know that it's gonna be a blowout, but Pittsburgh better figure out something on offense.
Nah, 100%. They're not scoring like they were, and then their defense is giving up a lot more points than they have been in the beginning of the season. Everybody was talking about that steel curtain. Hasn't been looking so steel, looking more like wool these days. You know what I mean? They're giving them up, so we're gonna see, man. It should be a fire game, though. You need to tune into that.
I do think Russ is chucking this game, though. Like I like.
He has no choice, especially if they're gonna be playing from behind.
Yeah.
They're gonna have no choice. And Pickens been out here complaining every time he don't get the ball. Straps is coming off the helmet. My boy's out here pouting, going crazy, man. I don't know, man. That's that extra diva shit, man. You haven't earned that yet, boy. We know you're talented. We know you can catch that rock, but you're a little too much over there, my guy. You got a lot of Odell in them.
Maybe they bring out maybe they bring some Fields plays too in this game though.
You got to get creative. If you really if the Steelers want to come out and be competitive in this game, I agree completely. I think they need to bring him out, let him run. It creates dynamic plays because if you got to go, and I don't know if they're gonna let him throw it too much, but he got to come in and play like a Taysom Hill role. Just snap it to him and let him go, man. The boy's athletic. You got to do something that they're not going to be expecting because right now the way that the Steelers are playing, they've become very one-dimensional, and I don't know if the Ravens is going to take advantage of that. Their defense has been playing top 5 in the last few weeks.
And I love Jaylen Warren over receiving, even his over rushing and receiving. I think big Jaylen Warren game this game.
He's an animal. I rock with that.
Next game on the slate, we got, let's go to Sunday now. We in Sunday now. We got the Denver Broncos getting 5.5 from the Buffalo Bills at Buffalo, over under 47.5. What you thinking?
So going into it, while looking at it all, and everybody that knows, I say all the time, you're gonna hear me say it now, you're gonna hear me say it later, you're gonna hear me say it next time. The Denver defense is no joke. They're absolutely phenomenal. I rock with the Denver defense heavy. But the more I'm looking at this game, man, the more I'm looking at the spot that Josh Allen and the boys are in. And especially Denver coming off as smoking the Chiefs. It's all their backups, right? But you know how players get. They start feeling themselves. I think Buffalo's going to come and smoke these cats at home, man. I'm not going to lie to you, man. And I didn't feel that way this morning, but the more we looked into it, man, it's just something about Josh Allen and them dudes. Anytime I count them out, they always come back and make me regret it, man. So I'm going to rock with the Buffalo Bills at home in this one. I'm going with Team Canada, man. How you feel?
Same, man. I think Buffalo beat them by at least 10. That should be easy, man. I think Josh Allen got something to prove. Josh Allen always go crazy in these games, you know what I mean, before they get to the next game. The Bills Mafia, that place is going to be
They be going crazy.
Man.
They got to show out something serious. A 1 o'clock game, they're going to be in the parking lot 7 o'clock, drunk, jumping through tables.
Yeah, and I think Denver's defense is good, but it's just like, it's too much. Josh Allen, man, if you ain't going to give it to him in the air, he's going to get on the ground. He's going to get it one way or another. And if James Cook starts cooking, forget it. Just that, I think that crowd noise is gonna be too much for them, and I don't know. I don't think Bo Nix is beating Josh Allen in this game, man.
Nah, it's not happening.
You know what I mean? The Bills got a lot bigger plans than just this week. You know, they looking from home.
Hell yeah, especially in the offseason where everybody was saying, oh, this is gonna be a down year for them. They might not make the playoffs. They might be third in the division behind the Jets and the Dolphins. They said, man, hold us. We coming, man. Shout out to Canada.
Yeah, MVP, Josh Allen, right?
That's what they saying, man. So we're going to move along. Next up, we got Green Bay headed to Philly. Philly's favorite -4.5. The over-under's 45.5. How you feel about this one?
Man, I like Green Bay, man. Like, I don't like Philly, of course, but just because I don't like Philly really like that. You know, Cowboys fan, but I like Green Bay. Like, the offensive attack, it hurt without Christian Watson, you know what I mean, not being there. But they just plug in somebody else, like Wicks, whatever. You know what I mean? What's his name? Josh Jacobs been running like a beast.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I think Philly's just due to choke, man. They deserve to choke. Karma for not letting Saquon get that. You know what I mean? Now they said, how they don't let Saquon get that, man? That boy had that for his whole life. And if you look through the season, there was a bunch of times that he was like, you want to go back in? He's like, nah, you can let the young boys eat. That means he would have bang got that, man. I think they played Saquon on that. I think they outsmarted themselves. They're gonna look stupid this week, man. How about you?
4.5 points. I think it's going to be a field goal game. I do ultimately think that the Eagles will win this one, but I'm going to take the Green Bay with the points just because Jalen Hurts hasn't played in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe with that concussion. He hasn't even got back to practice yet as we're shooting this on Tuesday. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But I just think that the rust on that, I think they're going to be a run-heavy game. I don't think he's going to be throwing it like that. I think, a couple of guys, Devontae Smith will get his little joints. They're going to have, maybe 200 yards in the air. But I think it's going to be a run-heavy game because, like you said, Josh Jacobs has been running all over the place. Christian Watson being out, that takes away a red zone threat. Jordan Reed is very hit or miss. It depends on what you're going to do. And if they put my boy Quintanamo Bay on him, it's going to be a long night for him. So I'm going to rock with Green Bay with the points, but ultimately, money line, I think the Eagles will take it.
There's got to be some upset this week, right, man? Let's go Green Bay.
I think it's coming. I think it's yet to come.
Let's go Green Bay, man. So in the next game, man, we got the Redskins getting 3 points at Tampa Bay. Baker and the boys over under 40.5, man. What you think?
With Baker and the boys, man, I just think in this game right here, and I'm a fan of what the Commanders have done. I am. I think Jaden Daniels is a beast. I think he's going to be a star in this league for a long time. I think that team is up and coming, no question. But I just think this is a game where you just can't teach experience. It's a playoff atmosphere. Tampa's at home. They're coming off of Mike Evans getting that $1,000. You see the way the whole team was rooting for him? Like, for a team to draw up a play for a guy for a $3 million incentive when the game's already in the bag, 30 seconds left, that's love right there, man. They're going to be coming out. That team is together. Bucky Irvin is running like an animal out there. Shout out to you for ruining my Rachaad White pick this year. I just think Tampa Bay is going to come out and they might win by a ton, but I take them with that 3 all day.
Yeah, man, this is my favorite play of the weekend. I think probably the one I'll be most sure about would be Tampa Bay to win this game. The thing is, Tampa Bay's defense with Vita Vea and them, they're gonna clog up that run, and that's he needs that, like Jaden Daniels. You know what I mean? He needs them boys, Robinson and them to run like. He needs that, man. It's gonna be watched. Like just like when they played Philly in that game and Philly was shutting them down, there's probably gonna be some little dumb passes to the running back. Man, Baker's gonna be chucking it. Like that they got the home field. Tampa Bay easy on this one, man. That's my favorite play. Tampa Bay. Let's go.
So then that moves us into Monday night, the final game of the weekend. We got the Minnesota Vikings, the 14-3 Minnesota Vikings on the road, going to LA to play the Rams. The Vikings are favored -1.5. The over-under's 47.5. What do you feel about this one?
This one was tough, man. This one is the hardest one out of all the games to pick, right?
It was definitely up there on the scales, man.
I think this was the toughest one, man. Even as I was saying that, I'm not 100%, but I think this is definitely going to be the shootout of the weekend, too. Like, this is going to be
Monday night showdown. This is going to be what you thought
you were getting with Detroit and Minnesota, I think. But I think in the end, I guess I'll take the home team. Take the Rams in this one, I guess. Stafford and them, but I ain't really too sure about it. I ain't betting this game. Over. And a lot of player props in this one. This is one we can make your money.
Oh, the ball's going to be spread around. Absolutely. I'm rocking with you, man. I like LA in this game, man. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little better than you about it, man. In the words of my boy, the Comissh, man, Sam Darnold, I think he turned it back into a pumpkin, man. I seen, as a Jet fan, man, I seen that look on his face too many times, man. I know that I see ghost face when I see it. And, man, he was looking bad out there against Detroit, man. To have all those red zone opportunities and come up short with extra opportunities because they was going for it on 4th down. He was looking lost out there, man. And if that defense over there, man, the Rams got that kid that's up for Defensive Rookie of the Year on the line. He's going to be coming at him, man. They force him into quick decisions, man. With Sammy D, you already know that could turn into bad decisions. So I know they got boys like Justin Jefferson out there. Jordan Addison didn't do a damn thing last week. I understand they're going to get theirs, but that's where the points are going to come from. But in the shootout, I take Matt Stafford, man. Don't let my boy Gat Stafford get that last drive on him. You know, he coming click, clack, pow. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm rocking with LA. I'll let you, boy.
Yeah, man. You can't. It's just too McVay, too. You know, you got to carve up something for them.
Yeah.
Boys. But, yeah, man. That's it, man. That's just the slate for this week. Any other notes before we get into the parlays, right? That's it.
Man, get your popcorn, man. It's going to be a good week. Wild Card Week in the past few years has been fire, man. There's always one blowout at least, and I think that's going to be the Bills over the Broncos. I really feel that way. And again, don't sleep on them Ravens, man. The Ravens is coming, man. The Ravens are a powerhouse right now up until they play Kansas City eventually, probably. But I'm most excited. I think I'm most excited about that. I'm excited about that Ravens game. But yo, that Monday night game, I think it's gonna be better than people expect, man. I think that game is gonna be crazy,
that's gonna be that's gonna be the shootout, that Monday night game. I also think, like you said, man, Bucky Irvin, anytime touchdown, that should be a lot.
Ooh, it's coming up later, you heard?
Yeah, that's what that should be a lot. But anyways, man, without further ado, there we go, man. Hand it over to my man. The moment everybody been waiting for. The parlay, big bet jet parlay today. You know the parameters, plus 1,000. Let's go. Won't change your life, it'll change your day, man. Give it to him.
So for this week's Big Bet Jet Parlay, we got 4 legs plus 1,200. First, we got Ladd McConkey, 70 plus receiving yards. He's Justin Herbert's favorite target right now. He's been eating up the yards for the last 5-6 games. Lock it in. Then we got Von Miller to record a sack. He's going up against his former team. He knows that he's got to get to the quarterback if the Bills want to take it as far as they want this season. Next, we got Devontae Smith for a 20-plus yard reception. This is his job. This is what he does in almost every game. He said this in 4 out of the last 5. No matter who the quarterback is this weekend, which is probably going to be Jalen, that's one of their go-to moves. Then to finish it off, we got Bucky Irvin for an anytime touchdown. He's running like an animal out there. You know they're going to be focused on Mike Evans. They know he want to get the ball to McMillan. They're going to have to run the ball eventually, and he can take it from 20 out or at the goal line. Lock it in. That's 4 legs plus 1,200. Lock it in. Let's get this money, baby.
Let's go for our best play this week. Nice and easy. Bucky Irvin, anytime touchdown. I don't see how he does not get in the end zone. He's a receiving threat. He's a running threat. He's vital to the team, man. Bucky Irvin, anytime touchdown, minus 140. Lock it up. And for the parlay today, we got 3 simple legs, bring you plus 300. We got first leg is Green Bay, plus 7.5. Again, I think Green Bay is going to cover the regular line. I think Green Bay could even win this game, but just for the sake of this parlay, just to get secure the hit, we'll take the 7.5. Second leg is Tampa Bay money line. Again, I think Tampa Bay covers the 3 easy, but just like I said, for the purpose of this parlay, it will take them on the money line. All we got to do is win. Last leg of the parlay in the last game of the weekend, Monday night, Minnesota and Rams. We're going to take over 45.5. All we need is 46 points in the game. Those 3 legs bring you plus 3 change. Lock it up. Thank me tomorrow. Let's hit them.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Remember, for those daily plays, make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. Only gamble what you can afford to lose. Never chase your losses. Remember to like, comment, subscribe.
And as always, thank me tomorrow.